Hello, I am Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. And man, that is a slant. That is a slant, is what that is. I love this. We're still orbiting at 4 meters per second. Here we are in Gilly, by the way. We did our Gilly encounter last time here near Eve. We can't see Eve in the sky. That's unfortunate. Would love to see that. Eve rising majestically. It still says we even have an apoapse. That's amazing. So our mission today, now that we've... Look at this. I'm holding the camera steady. You can see, like, it's so small that you can actually see it rotating just past the camera. So we need to get home. We got a ton of science. We had to leave some behind. That's a very weirdly slanted flag now, but okay. So I think first things first, we need to get an orbit here around Gilly, and we're just gonna touch the engines ever so slightly. So we'll leave Gilly here in 3, 2. What? Wait, is the your flag? Oh no! Oh, that flag! Oh well. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait, am I at the front? Oh, I'm not using the... Okay, now I am actually using the Eve hot mess. And we have 1,861 Delta V left. Hopefully that's enough, so we will tap 3, 2, 1. Oh, ever so gentle. Like a delicate lover's kiss. All right, and we will go straight to a... orbital burn. 90 degrees. Is that gonna... Yeah, it's probably fine. We'll pull up a landing gear. We don't have to never turn the lights on. Look at this. Look at this. We're going so delicately slow. Our apoapse is still going up. Our periapse is going up. I love how little effort it takes to get an orbit around Gilly. Periapse of 2,000. Okay, our apoapse is all the way out to 30,000. So we will zip out to the apoapse. Hopefully it will let us go fairly quickly. So we got to get above 8,000 meters. So let's physics warp. And then I think we will orbit Eve, and from there try to figure out how to get back to Kerbal. So I know I need Kerbal to be ahead of Eve by about 36 degrees, and I'm definitely going to double check that to make sure that's a true statement. But whoa, Bill, easy. I know you're excited. Gilly's pretty cool. Can we do another crew report? No, this is the same one. High over Gilly, I guess in like relation to Gilly, that's probably pretty true. So we want to get the crew back, Jeb, Bob, Bill, all the way back to Kerbal. We should be able to do that, I hope. We have a lot of science, and we have a nice big heat shield, so hopefully everything will turn out fine. Skid Row's back there, and we just have to wait here. God, we can't go any faster. Okay. We'll just have to wait till we get to 8,000 meters. And then we will hopefully zap out to the periapse. And we will probably just figure out a burn from there. Where's Eve? Where's Eve in relation to it? Yeah, we'll probably need to kind of extend that periapse out. So that we don't crash into that mountain we were on. Okay, let's slow down our physics warp here. And we should be able to now... begin to time warp out to the apoapse at 50 times. And goodbye, Gilly. Gilly. I don't know what that was. Pretend like I didn't do that. Okay, come on. Let's go. Can we go a little faster, please? All right, and we will want to go prograde so that we can extend out the periapse. Man, it takes a while to orbit Gilly. And it's almost like we're in the geosynchronous orbit with it here. We're going to want to kind of... that's still not a great... How do we set Eve as the target? Can we set Eve as the target? If we cancel, can we set Eve? No, can't set Eve as the target. Okay. And now I've set... I can't see Gilly now. My stupid thing's in the way. Oh my god. You know... No, don't warp there. I want to sit... The controls of this thing still just leave a ton to be desired. So our apoapsis is in 10 minutes. Can we go faster? 100 times. Can't go over 100 times. Okay. Good enough. Can I please see a periapse? Does that... Okay, that puts us into an Eve orbit, essentially. But I want to... how do I change my focus? Seriously, this... Can we zip out here? Yeah, warp there. Wait, 19 days? Come on, speed up. Stop. Okay, we are... I want to zoom into my thing. Eventually, I don't want to look at Eve anymore. Game. No, don't focus, Eve. This should be so simple. This is... Okay? It's fine. Everything's fine. I am fine. I'm not upset at all. So we need to even out our... Let's set Kerbal as our target. That's Moho, not Kerbal. Oh, Kerbal's further out. So, like I said, Kerbal needs to be ahead of us, so we will need to... can I... Yeah, right here is where I want to do it. Okay. So we need to try and at least align it a bit. How much delta V are we looking at here? 117 already. But I think it's worth it. The spend is worth it. 203. So we'll still have 1600 left. That's good. So let's warp to that maneuver. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to center my view. Maybe I just go out to the Space Center and come back to my ship. Maybe that's just the easiest way to do it for right now until I figure out a better way. Eve Hot Mess. Let's look at that. Okay. And we will target our maneuver node. Come on, dial it in. Jeb. Good. And we will burn for our more even planar adjustment. Okay, good. 30, 20, 10, cut. And very light burn. That's good. I do want to go ahead and make sure we don't have another encounter with Eve or with Gilly. So I think I'm going to come over here to the apoapse and push our periapse outside of Gilly's orbit, just to make sure, because we're going to have to make a lot of time pass. So we're going to do prograde. Eve Periop. Yeah, Gilly has a weird orbit there. So let's look at that. And we will just kind of push that out. So all the blue is outside of Gilly's orbit. And that ought to do it. Yeah, that thing has no gravity, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so what we need to do now is wait for Kerbal to be 36 degrees in front of Eve. So about there. Which I will do on my own, and I won't make you watch the planets slowly go around the Kerbal sun. I'll be right back. Oh no. All right, we are back, and we are hitting engines for a intercept with Kerbin right over here. So we're still coming in about 16 million miles out. We'll do some minor corrections along the way, but we're using about half our fuel. So we have 1,400 still left in the tank, 600 to go, and we are good to burn. We are going home. So fingers crossed. Bring a lot of science back. Figure out what to do with it. While we're burning this, just a quick update on some general stuff. I'm still planning to continue this this series, I guess, for the foreseeable future. But a couple things. First of all, I'm going out of town for several days coming up this weekend, long weekend. So might be a little. I don't know. Might be, the updates are probably going to come a little bit more every few days rather than every other day or something along those lines. I do want to kind of get through the entire tech tree. I have some things I want to try and do, but I don't want to feel like I'm just duplicating stuff either. And I don't know how interesting that is for anybody anyway. So they'll still come, but it's gonna probably be 2 a week maybe for a little while here, unless I think of something really cool to do. And then we'll dive in. So just wanted to make sure, just want to kind of update everybody. Yeah, and that's really the update. Let's see, and we will try and now get home. We have 793 Delta V left in the tank. That should allow us to do some sort of final course corrections and hopefully burn off a little bit of speed once we plow into Kerbin's atmosphere. So I think we're going to zip out to maybe here-ish. Cannot auto warp so far. Good grief, how far can I auto warp? Okay, well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Why am I at 50%? And do we still have an intercept? Yes. Okay. Sort of changed on me there. Not sure why it did that. We'll warp out a bit and see if we can't dial it in. We've lost our intercept, which is a little scary, but shouldn't be a big problem. Let's see, what do we need to do to get our intercept back? That? No, not that. That? Yes. 244. Not Sun Apple apps. I don't care about the sun. Oh, good grief. Here we are again. Whole bunch of stuff that I need to check. Okay, Kerbin encounter. Give me the Kerbin periapps. I don't care about the sun. Give me Kerbin periapps. 12 million. Okay, good. So we need to adjust it down from 12 million. Not that. Why don't we zoom in on Kerbin real quick? Oh, focus view. Come on. All right, there we go. All right, so we're coming in. Oh, right over the top of it. So if we go this way, 75. Nope, not that. Okay. We want to dial it in a bit. Nope. Here we go. Oof. Want to come in at about, yeah, 50,000 or so. Yeah, that feels right. God, I hope we can. So that's going to use 76. That'll leave us 700 in the tank. We should definitely be able to get in orbit with 700 Delta V in the tank. All right. So we have that burn coming up. Let's zip over to our node. Warp to next maneuver. Set it on maneuver node. How come it always stays at 1,000 times? Go to 10,000 for just a little while. It'll be fine. Everything will work out great. Don't worry. So 6-second burn, but we can go ahead and burn that now. No reason not to. Orbiting the sun at 11,000 meters per second. It's pretty cool. Okay. We have our encounter. There we go. Perfect. All right. That's bringing us into too close is the answer. So we want to get between radial in and anti-target. Just so we can kind of tap out of there. Ever so slightly. We don't want an intercept like this. Nope, that didn't do what I wanted to do. I feel like it should have done what I wanted it to do. We're going in the opposite direction. All right, you know what? We're just going to go into our intercept and we'll work it from there. It should be fine. Well, let's get close. Maybe not the full intercept, but let's get closer. All right, 100 days. Zooming out towards Kerbal. Closing in. This is the part that always makes me nervous as we kind of start to get close, and we know we're going to have to use the atmosphere to our advantage, and the atmosphere never seems to want to work to our advantage. Can this pop back out? Yes. 1.5. Wanted about 55. Not 30. 21. Very delicately roll the scroll wheel. 55. Excellent. Go to the maneuver node. We just need 1.8 meters per second. I feel like that's where I was. Maybe not. All right. Ever so softly. It's our pair reps. 59. Good enough. We are going to quick save, and we are going to go into the Kerbal encounter. Okay, we are in Kerbal's influence. We are looking at 57,000, which I'm happy with. Kerbal is but a blip somewhere here. Do I even see it? Yeah, there she is. We are going to go ahead and position ourselves retrograde to Kerbal. Bill, Jeb, even Bob having a great time. Nice job, guys. All right, and we will zoom on in here. There is Minmus. I think that's Minmus. Maybe that's the moon. All right, here we go. We are a mere 576 kilometers. Why are we going up? Feels like we're going up. Did we go past? We didn't go past, did we? Oh, no, 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 no. No. Why would it? God damn it. I didn't say that. I had nothing to say about that particular instance. So periaps is at 57,000. We will warp there. Position ourselves retrograde. Good. We're still actually falling towards Kerbin this time. Periaps in 1 minute. We are coming in hot. No, 1 hour. We're not going to wait that long. Okay, we are now 7 minutes from periaps. We can... Oh, that was loud. Let's get a little closer here. 5, 4, 3... And we'll begin burning at 1 minute. And we should be able to... We have 700 in the tank. That's plenty. You know what? I'm actually going to hit the thrusters now. Coming in at 3,200 meters per second, but we can slow that way down. And give me an orbit. Yes, we're definitely coming home. $3,000 meters per second. Okay. I'll go check that in a minute, I guess. Nice. All right. Burn off all that fuel, and then we will toss everything off. Let's turn the lights on. I don't have lights. Okay, well, let's not turn the lights on. We are definitely coming in for a landing. 100 meters per second. We got lots of electric charge and jettison. And we are now... Oh, retract panels before you make explodey sounds. Retract, retract, retract. Whew. All right. That thing is hitting re-entry heat. But we're to relatively safe... Oh, man, our ablator. Why is our ablator? Did we use the part of the ablator in Eve? We must have used part of the ablator during our Eve interaction. Well, that complicates things. I mean, we have 1,000, so we should be fine. Hearing a thing explode does not fill me with confidence, but I am now choosing to believe we're still going to be fine. Okay, well, we're only using a little bit of the ablator. We have 1,000 left, more than half. We are not going to extend that panel. Thank you. We are all done panel extending. 48,000 meters. We still technically have an orbit of a kind. The ablator's holding nicely. 2,600 meters per second. Coming in over the mountains. Where are we coming in? Nope. Everything's fine. That's all fine. How are you? Slowing down ever so softly. We are under 1,000, but still over half. Last of the debris. The Eve hot mess is pretty hot. Using 3 per second. Still slowing down. We have not hit our periaps, so I think it's safe to assume we are going to land on this path. 900. We have half our ablator left. She's red hot. We should really close those. Still good. All right. Feeling more confident. We're closing in. We're under 2,500 meters per second orbit. Surface speed still over 2,600, but decreasing rapidly. We've burned off another 100 of our ablator. Holding nicely. Now under 40,000. Now under 40 kilometers. Coming up on the light side of the planet. We are closing in on our periaps, but our apoaps is going to dip under the atmosphere, which means we are not going to pop back out. 750 left on the ablator. Orbital speed now closing on 2,300 meters per second. 38 kilometers up. We are definitely coming in for landing. Holding nicely. Ablator still at 700. Yeah. Successful mission is successful. Nice and smooth. Coming right in on the ocean. Blader still holding nice and solid. We burned off what? About what was it at? Like 1100? So we really only burned off about 500 of the blader. Nothing too scary there. It was nice to have the extra fuel to slow us down a bit more. Coming in at 3200 would have hurt a lot more. Probably still would have held, but it would have been a little bit rougher. There's the moon. Closing in on 2100 meters per second. Re-entry. I'm excited. I want to get... Jeb's cool. Bill's cool. Bob's cool. They're all cool. If they're cool, I'm cool. What are we going to do next? There's a ton of moons up around Jewel. I kind of want to go back to Jewel, but we've been there. Moho sounds interesting. Getting that close to the sun might be fun. Under 2,000 meters per second. And I got a bunch of these missions to, like, you know, build a base on the moon or Minmus or even somewhere like Ike or Duna. Tempted to do, but I don't know. I'm hitting that point where I feel like I'm just to some degree doing the same thing over and over. I like the mission structure. I really want it to say, hey, go do this thing. I don't want to just this for some reason. This isn't a game where I'm totally comfortable just being like, well, I guess I'll build a space station. I want a reason to build it. I want some sort of reward or recognition, or I don't know, just to, you know, money, or even just you know, to be able to at the end of it to say I completed a mission. That's very much how I tend to play games. You know, I'm fine with an open world game, but I need it to occasionally just sort of throw me, not occasionally, pretty consistently throw me some context, some idea of why I'm doing a thing. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to just be like, oh, I'll just, you know, put a satellite in orbit and then dock another satellite to it. Or, yeah, it's like, all right, it's fine as far as it goes. But yeah. Good. We are under 1,000 meters per second. We are down to 17 kilometers above sea level. The ablator is just fine with more than 400 left. And we're going to do a quick save and dash ahead, because quick saves are our friend. We've learned that many hard ways, and we will dive down to about 4,000, and then we'll kick out those chutes, and we will get a bunch of science, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with that science, which is my favorite part. I love figuring out what to do with science. And parachutes are deployed, looking good. 3,000. Did a piece of the debris survive? Nice job, debris. Goodbye, debris. And 130 meters per second. Kick that open. Come on now. And we are slowed down to a safe 9 meters per second. I will take that every time. Let it dip down toward the surface. 500. 400. 300. 250. 200. 150. 100. 90. 80. 70. 60. You know how it goes from there. And we are at splashdown on Kerbal. Cover the vessel. Woo! Another successful trip to Eve, where we only had to reload it once. Bunch of science earned, including all the stuff that we transmitted earlier, brings us up to 1,327 sirens. We have 4 million in funds now because we completed 2 of the missions. Bill Kerman got a bunch of stuff, bunch of XP all around. Which ones did we complete? Does it even show it anymore? No. Which ones did we complete? Yeah, we escaped the atmosphere. I think we've done that one. Doesn't matter. Never mind. Okay, so science. What do we want to do? I think we're definitely going to get the nuclear engines. Leaves us 1,000 left. Don't really care about unmanned. I mean, I do care. Drone core, that's nice. Specialized electrics is fine. Science, surface scanning module, and survey scanner. I don't know what these do. Let's buy them. Large volume. Yeah, let's get the big rocket fuel stuff. I like that. What's over here? Can't get that right now. Advanced metalworks is fine. Actuators, I don't care about. Composites is just kind of structural stuff. Flight, aerodynamics, heavy landing, field science. What's field science? These are rovers, right? This is rover stuff. I'm not really a rover builder. Seismic accelerometer. Yeah. And less for the communicatron, but seismic accelerometer, that's just more science is what that is. Yeah, then we'll get that. Wait. Yeah, it'll be great. All right. Well, that's it for our most recent trip to Eve. I don't know if we'll go back there. Maybe that's it for Eve for now. I'm not looking to build a lander for Eve. Maybe at some point we'll build a lander for Duna. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, for now, as always, my name's Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs. Thanks as always for joining me for Kerbal Space Program. It's always super fun. I really like this one. Until next time, we will see you real soon.